G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 2 of Brentford to Big Time. We are at the end of season number 1 already. I mean, we've only played about 13 games in total, so it doesn't sound as long as it actually has been because we took charge in March. Today we're taking on Leicester City on the final day of the season. Plenty to catch you up on, so we will get absolutely cracking, get right into it. Before we do though, make sure you do leave us that like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you think of the video, all that sort of good stuff. We will also need transfer targets for next season. A couple of positions that look more desperate than others potentially. I don't know why I said that way. Anyway, let's get cracking into the video. We will start off, of course, looking at the squad. This is everyone that we have been using. This is how the squad is looking. Plenty of players wanted now, I guess, probably because we've been decent, I guess. Ivan Toney, I guess, is the one issue, I guess, if you could call it. He did have, of course, the 4 games out with that red card that he got in the previous video against Arsenal. So we got a 4-match ban for that tackle, which seems excessive, all things considered, but since then, I think he's scored like every match that he's played, just about. Nope, not at all, actually. Not at all. But then he got injured. So he spent 4 games on the suspended, came back against Liverpool, scored twice, got injured. And has then only just come back from injury. Less, exciting on his way back from injury, but it's just frustrating, isn't it? Other players to talk about, I guess. Firstly, I want to talk about ther because right back really is an option. Like, we don't really have another right back option. Aaron Hickey is one, but he's been out injured. I think he can't remember what he injured actually. Let's have a look at injury history. He broke his ribs and then pulled a groin. So I think he was just back from breaking his ribs and pulled a groin. So that was cool. Really enjoyed that one. But ther being the only real right back option or right wing back option, really hasn't been good enough. I mean, of the last 3 games, he's really picked it up with a 7.3, 6.7 and a 6.9. Other than that though, I mean, we took charge here at this Arsenal fixture. He's then had, which was a 6.4, I should say. So it had a 6.7, 6.3, 6.3, 6.2. It's just not good enough. I think we need to upgrade. Well, he needs to be the backup to someone, I think. Good performers across this time have been probably Rico Henry. I don't know his exact form, but I mean, he has an 8.3. He also assisted in 3 games in a row in succession here against Arsenal, Wolves, and then Everton, where he came off in the 90th minute for some reason. He's been very, very good. I mean, of late, a bit off the pace and Levy, but he's been very good. We have actually made a change to the tactics as well. It does say that Matthias Jensen can now play holding midfield, but he doesn't need to. We've changed them to midfielders because I thought that we weren't getting enough bodies forward and it was getting me annoyed. So previously, we'd have them as 2 central midfielders here as holding midfielders, one as a ball-winning, one as a deep-lying playmaker. I've changed them to a deep-lying playmaker on defend and an advanced playmaker to try and get bodies further up the pitch, because if you looked at the pass maps, I don't know, no, I won't show it here. It was ending up that these 2 players were basically sitting in this little hole here, and then Damsgaard was having to come all the way back into midfield. And then it was like the second striker and the advanced forward way up the pitch, nowhere near them. And it's just not it. I didn't like it. We're trying something different, basically. Don't pay any attention to the lineup that's currently here. I think that's just the one that my assistant suggested or whatever. That's not what we're going to go with, so don't worry about it. Another good performer, perhaps somewhat surprisingly, has been Keane Lewis Potter. If we do look at his form, you can see just a nice amount of goals. What's that? 5 goals since we've taken charge. 5 goals and an assist since we've taken charge. So out of his 7 goals, 5 of them have come in the last 2 months, 2.5 months. I don't know. Since we took charge, basically. So he's been very good. Brian Mbuemo has been decent. It says he's going down. We are training him still as the second striker in behind Ivan Toney, but with how much time Ivan Toney's missed, he's played more striker than anything, and it's been sort of pointless, really. Other than those couple, not really too much to speak of. The centre-backs have been fine. Jorgensen's played a few times off the bench. He hadn't played prior to us coming in. His contract is up at the end of this season, so you can say farewell to Matthias Jorgensen. I'm sorry if anyone's going to miss him. If we sort it by the average rating across the season, of course, it's people that you'd expect to be up there, basically. Rico Henry, the best average rating, then Norgard, Tony, Damsgaard, Mbuemo, and Christoph Ayer. The only players above a 7 rating, which is pretty decent. I'll take that. I'm happy enough with that. I mean, we're just about a mid-table side, so I'm happy with having, 6 players over a 7, technically speaking. They're barely, but over 7, I'll take that. We have sorted out a transfer for next season, a free transfer, which is a great business, I think, anyway. It doesn't necessarily fill the hole that is most gaping in the squad, which is that right back spot. But I think it's a very, very good piece of business. If you look at the squad, it is an attacking midfielder. So the attacking midfield options currently are basically I'm playing just these 3 players. So Damsgaard, Lewis Potter, and Mbuemo. So a second striker, a couple of other attacking options. I mean, Damsgaard has been very good. Lewis Potter has been very good. There's nothing against those 3, but when you can get this player in on a free to add to the quality of the squad that we do have, you got to do it. The player joining the club is Daichi Kamada from Eintracht Frankfurt. We have got him on a free transfer. He hasn't signed a new deal at Frankfurt, so we thought, why not put our hat in the ring? There was a number of teams that were after him, but for whatever reason, he's chosen to come here. If we compare him with someone else playing that role, I guess Lewis Potter, look, they're fairly similar, but I mean, he's better technically, defensively, even better mentally. So being better defensively, I guess we could drop him back into like the advanced playmaker role that we're now using, as well as play him in this more advanced attacking midfield position. Better vision, equal attacking, better. He's more of a midfielder, I'd say. He's basically the crux of it. Also, I mean, not bad to get someone from Japan and try and sneak our way into that market or that side of the market and get a bit of that commercial revenue, As for the results since you were last here, I mean, we took over. Where is it? Goodness me, I'm blind. Here against Arsenal on the 5th of March, of course, because that was the real life date that I started the save. We've then been pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how we've gone. Of course, our next match being a 5-0 win over Wolves. 2 for Mbuemo, 1 for Damsgaard, Lewis Potter gets 1, and Ethan Pinnock got 1 from a corner. Then a 2-2 draw with Everton. Look, that one was frustrating, I gotta be honest. I thought we'd go on and win it after Onana got sent off. We then equalised through Lewis Potter, and then just couldn't get it over the line. Unlike against Manchester United. We got a 2-1 win here. Keane Lewis Potter gets us underway with a penalty. Anthony equalised, and then in the 93rd minute, Kevin Shade, I just don't know. I don't know how to say it. I don't think we'll keep him around. He's on loan from Freiburg. He does have a £20 million optional fee, but I just don't. No, I don't think so, really. I mean, he's 21. He's very good. I'll give him that, but he's not worth 20 million, if I could get him for 8 million, it's worth a punt. Why not? He's 21. He's got time. He's probably a good advanced forward, or even as a shadow striker, he's probably pretty decent. It's just not going to happen though. He did get us, of course, that win at home against Manchester United. It was a very sloppy goal. 93rd minute, someone else had a shot and it popped up in the air, and he just was there to nod it in. We then lost our first game the first loss of when we have been in charge. It was away at Leeds. That was the game where I decided it annoyed me and I wanted to change the midfielders forward because we just didn't create anything. We didn't get bodies forward enough, and we lost. So 1-0 loss away at Leeds. 3-2 then we've lost against Liverpool, and it was a 95th minute winner from a team that had 10 men. It's just so disappointing. After we were down 2-0 after 23 minutes, Ivan Toney brought us back before he got injured. Andy Robertson got sent off at the same time that Toney got injured. It was weird. It was Ivan Toney was down injured in the middle of the park, and then off down on the wing, Andrew Robertson just flew in on someone and axed him. Luis Diaz, unfortunately, it was a great strike as well. I think it was from 25 yards. Unstoppable stuff, unfortunately. We've then beaten Southampton 1-0 thanks to Mbuemo Then 3-1, we've beaten Crystal Palace. It was 3-0, and then they get 1 in the 91st minute, which is very annoying. Then against Manchester City, which is a decent showing, we lost 2-1. I'm fine with that. I mean, they took the lead very early. We came back into it. They only got 1 more, so I'm pretty content with that. We do need a bigger stadium, though, don't we? I mean, the Community Stadium, 17,000. I mean, we just don't have the budget for it, though, really, at all. Brighton was the next match. 2-0. 1-0 win over Tottenham was sensational. Just a penalty was enough. And most recently, a 0-0 draw against Chelsea is a very decent result. All in all, you might have guessed, or you might have seen it at the top of the screen. It's got us sitting in 9th, and that's how we're going to finish, basically. I mean, we're 2 points behind Manchester United, who are here in 8th on 54 points. It doesn't say who they got next. Who do they have next? They have... So on the final day, they've got Leeds. So if they lose away at Leeds, we could jump over them, assuming we beat Leicester. But other than that, I think we've basically got 9th spot on lock. There's a 10 goal difference between us and Leicester, I think. Am I insane? Man, why can't I select a row, Anyway, Brighton have been relegated. We'll be having a look at the squads who do get relegated to have a look at if there's anyone we can poach. If we were looking at Brighton, Hove Albion, obviously Casado, McAllister would be, dreams. But then, to fill needs, we might look at Tariq Lamptey if he's keen. I mean, it's worth a lot of money, so we might not be able to, but it's worth a pop at least. And I mean, Matoma is very good in this new update. He does look incredible. He's wanted by Leicester. He just plays on the left wing though, so we don't necessarily need him. But we could train him as another second striker type player if we could get him. Other than that, I don't really see anyone there that we would go after. I mean, maybe Jan Paul van Heck. He does look quite good for a 22-year-old centre-back, wanted by 15 clubs, and his contract expires in a month. That's interesting. Who's he wanted by? A lot of people at the end of his contract. No real big clubs, but I mean, Leverkusen, Wolfsburg, Rennes, Lyon, they're not small sides. I mean, maybe that'd be a good option. I don't know. Other than that, relegation candidates, it's very likely to be Nottingham Forest. Southampton may steer clear of it. They could get reeled in by either Nottingham Forest or Bournemouth, but it would take an absolute miracle for Nottingham Forest. Huge, 8-goal swing, and they'd need to win. It's probably not going to happen. Anyway, that's basically all that's happened since you were last here. Let's get cracking. Let's get into it. Let's finish off Season 1 and head into Season 2 ready to, better a 9th place finish. Hopefully, challenge us 5th, 6th, 7th, that sort of region. Why not? So the lineup we are going to go with for today's last game of our first season, or first third of a season in charge, I guess, is going to be David Raya in goals, a back 3 of Aya, Janssen and Pinnock. Right back, or right wing back, I guess, Roeslev, left wing back Henry. Midfield pairing of Janelt and Jensen. I have moved Janelt to a ball-winning midfielder just because I wanted him to be in a role that he better suited, and looking at them, that's his best one, basically. We've then got Damsgaard as the advanced playmaker, of course. That's where he's played every fixture just about. And Buemo in behind Ivan Toney, just to try and get him more experience playing there, basically. It's where I do want them to, how I want them to line up, basically. The front three is pretty set. It'll just be, Kamada might come in for Damsgaard depending on form, basically. But that's how I want to move forward at this stage anyway. Let me know what you guys think. I'm open to also getting a second formation in there. Maybe we should have another option where we do only play 4 at the back rather than the 5, but we'll see. Let me know what you reckon. Let's head through to the game though. I'm just absolutely keen to get into next season because I'm very excited about, Daiji Kamada. That's a great get. If we can find another free transfer, that'd be fantastic. What can we do? The media's been praising it, so we're going to use that to our advantage in the team talk. Why not? What was I saying? Hopefully there's a right back out there. There was a couple I can't remember his name. Bloody Almami Toure is an option. So a centre back, right back, or right wing back that is a free transfer as things stand. I think he's also at Frankfurt. But he doesn't have the attacking side that I'd want. So I mean, he would be an option for a wide centre back that I guess we may need with Jorgensen going out of the club. So maybe I should be bringing him in for that purpose. But he definitely doesn't fill the need at right wing back, which is sort of the biggest hole we need to fill right now. So that's an option. You may see him come in next season, because I mean, we are working on a bit of a budget. I mean, the first highlight underway here, but just as it's going on, I'll say the budget for next season, it says about 24 million, but as things stand, our bank balance was like 2 or 3 million, which seems ridiculous for a Premier League club, playing their second season in Premier League. Ivan Toney off the bar, wow. Not sure what Iverson was doing there, but off the bar with a header from about the edge of the box. So, bit of a weird one. If you notice me wearing the same shirts for the next few videos, don't worry, I'm just recording a whole bunch. It's not... I've got 3 and a bit days to record a bunch of videos and try and get them, scheduled for the next 2 weeks, because I'll be in England, having the time of my life, I assume, because I've never been. I'm going to be cold. I imagine I'll be cold, because I've never been. I live in Australia, and it's currently 6 o'clock, and it's probably 28 degrees or something like that. It's not nice, especially with this big F-off light in front of my face. The window's closed. I'm very lucky that I'm home alone, so the door's open, so I have some sort of airflow. One last highlight here before the end of the first half, and Didi for Tielemans, who loses it, trying to give it to Dewsbury Hall. Roerslev now overlapping on the right-hand side. Can he produce something? Gives it through for Mbeumo. Ivan Toney on the rebound, gets through, puts it beyond the keeper, and it seems like it'll count. That is fantastic. A 1-0 lead to go into halftime. Ivan Toney getting his 15th goal of the season. At different times, he's been wanted by a variety of clubs. I think there was up to 4 clubs that were interested in him. It was like Everton wanted him for some reason, but then like United, Tottenham, and Arsenal or something like that. It's like such a weird... why one of these is not like the other sort of thing. But that's his 15th goal of the season. He's currently only wanted by Tottenham, which, if they come in with a good enough offer, I'll have to do it, because we just don't have the money. We just don't have the money, basically. I'm going to say that we're playing well, but we have another gear, because we do. I mean, we've shown it. We beat Wolves 5-0. Why not? We beat Wolves 5-0 without Ivan Toney, of course. So Toney being suspended for that match, serving the first of his 4-match ban. He now puts the ball over for Roerslev, who puts through Damsgaard, who puts it in. This is ridiculous. That's a goal either side of halftime. That was about 17 seconds into the second half, I should say. Good assist by Roerslev. He's trying to show that he is worth keeping around, I guess, or worth his place in the team. It's a good ball here from Ivan Toney over the top of the left back. Roerslev then gets there, plays in a good ball for Damsgaard, who finishes beautifully in the bottom corner beyond Iverson in goal. And we're up 2-0 here on the final day. Another highlight starts. I was about to pop up the... Stop! What the hell? What the hell? That's 2 videos in a row in this series. Like, it's in 30. I haven't had another red card. Like, oh my god. So Damsgaard's gonna... No, we'll keep Damsgaard on. We'll take Mbeumo off, because... Oh, but then Mbeumo's playing well too. Alright, yeah. We'll just take off him. What the hell, Janelt? Hasn't done that all season. Just decides that today's the day that he's going to go mental, go flying in, and get us a red card. We're up 2-0. Maybe we should also dial it back a little bit. Let's not play out of defense, and we won't counter press. We'll just do no instruction. You guys just figure it out, Oh, man, that's annoying. That's 2... How is that a thing? The 2 videos we've recorded, that's... Oh my god, I thought that was going to be a goal straight away as well. That is ridiculous. 2 videos in a row with stupid red cards out of absolutely nowhere. Is this a new thing on the, the Football Manager Winter Update or something? About 60 minutes in now. Another highlight gets underway straight away. What happens from this one, though? Hopefully something for us. Pinnock wins it there high up off of Pats and Daka. He's going all the way into the box. Can he find someone, though? towards Damsgaard, doesn't quite get him, and now Pinnock's out of position. Oh no, it's a counter-attack. It's all coming undone thanks to the red card. It's ridiculous. Tielemans now on the ball, out to Castagna. Dewsbury Hall now towards Madison for Daka. Finishes it. He might just be offside. Hopefully he's just offside. He's close, but I'm not confident. Please. Yes, get in. He's offside. Okay. We live to breathe another breath. I don't know. Live another day. What's the? I don't know. He was offside. That's what matters. He was offside. We don't lose our 2-goal lead straight away. United seem to be winning, so they're up to 57 points. They're finishing 8th, so we're going to finish exactly where we picked the team up from, which isn't great, but I don't really mind. I'm fine with that. Like a 9th place finish is absolutely fine. I'm more than okay with it. We'll make some subs here, so bringing on Onyeka for Jensen, and then Lewis Potter coming on from Buemo. And then who else can we look to bring on? Let's bring on... We do have an Aaron Hickey available. Yeah, let's bring on Aaron Hickey for Rico Henry at left wing back. And then we will try and just hold it together, basically. That's all we need to do. We do have one sub up our sleeves we can make at some stage. Which I guess we should look at our defence for, because they're looking a bit tired. Here's another highlight though. Roslev putting through Lewis Potter. Come on. Keane, you melon. You absolute melon. There was... Ivan Toney was stood there next to him. Just a complete... Anyway, Roslev with the corner. Headed away. I'm annoyed. That should have been a goal. It just should have been a goal. You know. Whoever it was. I've already forgotten. Lewis Potter was... Which... Every time I say it, I think that he's Harry's brother, but that's not even his... That's his surname, is Lewis Potter. Another highlight here, 76 minutes in. Jensen misplaces a pass for Pinnock, and it's Madison. It is 2-1. Uh-oh. Alright, let's go with a nice focus. I think we should take off Aya, maybe. And we'll put Jensen out wide, I guess. I'm not confident. We can, though, stop overlapping. Don't need to run at defense. We'll pass it into space. Look, we won't need to counter. We'll slow the pace down. Distribute long, because we just don't want it anywhere near us, honestly. And then... No, let's keep the press up, I guess, but we'll drop back a little bit. Alright. Hopefully that's enough to keep us going for the remaining 10 minutes of the season. Because that would be a very disappointing end to it, wouldn't it? I mean, Janelt's bound to be disappointed. He won't be starting, next season in the side because he'll be suspended. Another highlight here. Mendy outside the box has a go. It falls to Madison. Finds Iheanacho, who I think was offside. He was. Raya wasn't to know that, though. He makes a good save. 85 minutes in now. It has been very much more Leicester in this second half. They've had a lot of chances that really, they quite possibly should have equalised and maybe even more. But instead, it finishes 2-1 to Brentford. We finish 9th. It's another win. We've had a very decent run this second half of the season, or this last third of the season. So I can't be too PO'd about that. Here you see we finished 9th, only 2 points behind United. 9 points off Europe, which actually we did gain ground in Europe because I think Tottenham were 12 points ahead when we took charge. So we were making progress. Of course, Manchester City winning, Bournemouth, Forest, and Brighton getting relegated. That'll wrap up today's video. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. Make sure you do leave us that like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment what you thought of the video. Who you think we should go for, what positions we should strengthen, if we should try a different tactic, all that sort of stuff. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, when we go again, after our first transfer window and ready to take on Season 2. Peace.